you on YouTube or Facebook?
We're on YouTube right now.
Okay.
We're live. Looks like there's a bit of a delay, but what are we gonna do?
Yeah. I mean, you're relying on the Wi-Fi too, right?
Yeah. We're doing Wi-Fi.
I don't know what the average Wi-Fi is like in that. Not sure. Well, one
We'll see.
time I had to rely on Denny's to upload a video. That was a miserable experience. It took me probably 2 hours to do something that should have taken 20 or 30 minutes. So I'm guessing they took your toast option a second ago.
Yes, they did.
So I think that probably means we're close.
Yeah, I think we're running at a whole, I don't know, 10 frames per second.
Oh.
Sorry, Rachel. So, I wonder if I can just reduce the.
No, I probably have it to make up.
I don't know. I'll plan on getting an edited version of this up later. So if folks don't want to deal with the slow video speeds, then you can just look at the the good one, high quality video at a later date.
Digestive enzymes? Digestive enzymes?
Oh yeah, it's performance enhancing drugs.
Plant
for,
enzymes.
Yeah, they're digestive enzymes.
Well, I learned that they actually do make a difference.
Really?
Yeah, I hadn't started using them till maybe last October. I know Randy Santel swears by them. And I didn't know if, you never know. People just say things. But I think it does make a difference.
Oh yeah, of course.
I noticed the recovery time is faster. I mean, not miraculously faster, but the next day it's a little better than it usually is.
I mean, I took a bunch right before I did the stacks and yolks challenge, and I could feel my stomach kind of emptying itself during the challenge. So the hope was that I could, exceed my stomach capacity, but still know that I.
If your stomach empties in the middle, I mean, it's kind of hard to think about that. I've heard of a couple people who actually have participated in diabetes who have digestive disorders, where their stomach is basically just kind of continuously empty.
Yes.
Weird.
So in everyday life, that's a miserable thing.
But
If for a competitive eater, that sounds like, I'd be wonders. So she could go to a buffet and eat for hours. Because eating at a fast pace, you just kind of eating at your own rate, and then a little time passes and you eat some more.
some crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Rachel, yes, this is the same place that I did the cinnamon roll challenge a couple of months ago. And in fact, I did that challenge with Nader himself. So he and I are back at Stuffy's too.
Right.
Yeah, no, get this guy in frame so you can actually tell that I'm not just hanging out by myself.
Yeah. Hey, what's going on?
There he is.
Yeah. Took a second. Yeah, we're just waiting for our omelets to come out now.
Yep, waiting for the food. hopefully we'll be a little bit more successful than last time.
Yeah, those,
I mean, that thing was only, what, 25 pounds or something?
I don't know who the fourth person was. Was he someone you know, or not really? Was that just someone Max knows?
That guy, I ended up actually doing a challenge with him a couple of weeks after that.
Okay.
He was just some rando that had gotten in touch with Max.
Okay.
Yeah, he ended up being a really nice guy. It turns out that he's active military, so
Okay.
his schedule was kind of not his own.
Yeah. Well, Max was trying to bend over backwards to make that large cinnamon roll work,
Yeah.
schedule-wise. A bit ridiculous, but yeah. I think it weighed 4 hours. I can't make a promise, but I think if we had gotten
Maybe.
we would have gotten real close.
Maybe we'd gotten close enough that you and I would have had some extra motivation to take out that last little
That's
bit.
barely 6 pounds a person. 6 and
6 and change.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, 6 and a quarter a person. I think we can. But no, 3 people. That was rough. That was very. I
That's-
felt unlikely.
Yep. Glad you're here, Johnny.
Very unlikely.
What time limit are we going for this whole eating thing? So this is a 7-pound omelet. We have a 45-minute time limit. I don't think that the time limit's going to be a big problem for us, so we'll see if it gets challenging. So I think this might actually be a pretty relaxed eating challenge.
I've never seen the omelet. Have you seen pictures of this omelet?
I have not seen the omelet myself.
No,
so-
neither have I. This is brand new. I mean,
Yeah.
you've seen the broken yolk omelet.
Yeah, I'm expecting it to be pretty similar, like a
Yeah.
big pizza tray or something like that.
Yeah.
Anticipation is killing me.
Well, the broken yolk, yeah. Have you done it just once or more than once?
Yeah, just the once.
It's there's several locations of broken yolk, so you could conceivably do it, multiple times.
Yeah.
It's just not. It's not very fun. It's not fun for people.
I remember they had really good biscuits.
The biscuits are great. If you
Yeah.
didn't have to eat a 12-egg omelet, the biscuits would be outstanding. But then it's just like our server said about the toast.
Might be
With
good to
those
do
biscuits,
first.
you wait until the end. Sometimes they become like rocks.
Do I get to customize the omelet? No, the omelet comes as is. It's going to be a bunch of cheese, a bunch of
Yeah.
veggies, a big variety of things, and a little bit of ham on the side. So I am really looking forward to this though, because I did an 11-mile run this morning. It was cold. It was
Quite a
dark.
run.
And I'm pretty hungry right now. Ran through I think it was the Sacagawea Lake
Okay.
Park. I didn't even know there was a park near here, but yeah, I found it.
Are you near Seattle usually?
Yes, I live just outside of Seattle.
Okay. So,
So if you ever are up in the area,
yeah, no,
reach
I
out.
do want to come back. I know a couple of people who live in Seattle.
Okay.
I don't know if you've heard of Juan Rodriguez, Major League Eating. Sarah Reinke and Juan Rodriguez, One More Bite Rodriguez.
I've
Major
heard of
League
them.
Eaters, yeah.
I've never met them. So.
Okay, they used to, Juan used to live in Vegas. He's originally from Chicago. So I've known him for several years. I didn't know that he wasn't going to be around. If he was not going back home for this couple of weeks, he probably would have met us. Probably would have met us here. Talked to him about it, but he already knew friends, so that would not
Yeah.
there was no way I could have gotten up to Seattle for any real decent amount of time.
Well, if you do come up, there have
Yeah.
been a couple of new challenges in the area. There used to be a couple of team pizza challenges that got
Okay.
shut down. But, oh gosh, there's one in south of Seattle. I would say it's in Renton. That's really good.
Okay.
Cannot remember the name of it though. But it's this kind of strange upscale pub. It's in the middle of this like industrial area.
Wow.
Like you would not expect a decent place, and it turns out it's really good. Do we have sides with this? Oh gosh, I can't remember.
think
I don't
hash
have,
browns.
yeah, I don't have a
Maybe
menu
it's
in
hash
front of me. I
browns.
believe there are hash browns on the
Hash
side.
browns, yeah.
No drink requirements. No fries. So yeah, I think it's just the hash browns.
Yeah, it is hash browns.
Plenty of potatoes.
Giant egg, omelet, hash browns, and toast, pretty much is.
Almost a dozen egg omelets.
Oh, speaking of pizza, Max Carnage actually got me to do a pizza challenge with him.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, down in Albany near Salem.
Okay.
It's I don't know how he found this place out, but it's called the Southpaw Pub. 24-inch pizza, 2 people, 48 minutes or less. Where that 48 number comes from is quite mysterious.
Kinda random.
Strange number, but yes.
Now we in the software industry like to say that that number is probably rectally bribed. So just
Ha!
pulled right out of there.
No, that he did it with his brother-in-law not long ago. His video was up recently.
Oh, cool. Okay.
They did it in like 37, which was a record. So he wanted to, he was hoping to set a really good record.
Were you guys able to get it down to like 15 or something?
Yeah. It actually was a really good pizza.
Hello from France. I will have a good time. Thank you.
So I'm curious, are these your subscribers or are these new viewers who are hopping in?
Looks like we have a couple of subscribers that are in. I recognize most of the names here, so the delay is pretty great.
Yeah, it's fascinating. Because I'll do the same thing when I've done live streams before. I'll start looking at the monitor, look at the camera.
I mean, I remember the last time you were trying to read comments off the camera. I thought hopefully the laptop will help a little bit.
Yeah, like if you're, yeah, it's hard. That's hard. Like that's like almost like an art form. The people who do live stream like eating, like mukbang,
Oh yeah.
like that's an art form. It's so different from what most competitive eaters do.
I mean, most of the people who comment on my videos, like, they request mostly mukbang stuff.
Yeah.
So I guess that's kind of the stuff that I put up. Like,
Well,
most of it's trying to train to expand my capacity, but it turns out
Yeah.
that a lot of it is like that's the kind of viewer that seems
Yeah.
to be attracted to those videos.
Well, I think it's a much larger audience for that. I think the number of people who are really like diehard competitive eating fans is a lot smaller.
I mean, it is interesting that
Yeah.
there is almost like this social aspect, especially from East and
Yeah.
South Asia, of those kinds of videos,
Yeah.
where people feel this almost like a familial connection with mukbang eaters.
Yeah.
And I've heard that a lot of people will watch those just to, if they're a starving artist in college or something like that, then they'll eat those kinds of videos to kind of get that, how do you say this? Living vicariously through the people that they view.
Yeah. I can see that.
And then I've had a couple of people mention that, there's this odd phenomenon when you're watching other people eat, where for a few minutes, it makes you feel more hungry, but if you like oversaturate yourself and watch people like what you and I are about to do,
Yeah.
then after a while, those hunger hormones like go away, and you're like,
That's
oh man, I really
fascinating.
don't want to eat anymore. So a lot of people have mentioned that they watch these videos to help them stick to their diets.
Feel satisfied, yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, one of my wife's cousins, he can't, like, he told me, he's like, I tried watching a couple of your videos. He's like, when I saw some of these giant burritos you were eating, he's like, I felt so grossed out, I couldn't even finish. He said, just the knowledge that you were gonna fit all that into your stomach just grossed me out.
I know a lot of people see what competitive eaters do and they say, oh man, that would be easy. But then they
That's me.
There we go.
You got them right here?
Yeah, that's great. Thank
Okay,
you.
I'll bring back the other one.
That is a thing of beauty.
That is a
Oh
big.
my goodness, that thing looks beautiful. I was expecting it to just be a trash plate, but no. All right, looks like Nader has got his omelet.
Now I need to get going here.
Look at that thing. It is so beautiful. Thank you.
You're welcome. Are you guys going to ketchup or Tabasco?
If we could get some ketchup, that'd be great. Thank you. So I don't know if we have an official starting clock or anything like that. Yeah, look at that, guys. That looks amazing. A nice little sprig of parsley on top.
Just some extra napkins for you guys.
Thank you. I'm sure we'll need them.
I just want to see what this looks like.
Yeah. I've never seen one myself.
Oh my gosh, you guys are professional eaters, both of you?
We've had lots of experience, so.
Oh my gosh, I don't know how you're going to do that, you're so skinny.
Well, you know, it's not the size of the person, it's the size of the void inside. So.
That's what I've heard. Good luck.
Thank you.
Well, thank you. We're getting some vanity shots of the meal right
And
now.
all, inevitably. Inevitably. Did you want to get some photos? Of yours?
I've got nothing to take a photo of.
Oh.
So.
Let me get a picture. I think yours might be very slightly different. You wanna hold it up? I can send this to you. Yeah, there you go. Delaying here. There you go.
Got it.
Yeah, I got a couple of them.
All right, cool, man.
And then you get one of me with it. Let me. You don't want the light on. I'll walk over here. Do it right here. The king in the background.
Let's see, it'll work with it. Shine all the things.
All right. Will it take or no?
Yeah, I got a couple of pictures.
And then can you get one more, just kind of long ways? All right, thank you. I'm surprised no one has come to yell at us.
I know.
Quick, get started.
Thanks, Dreadful Feelings. Yeah, we're just waiting for somebody to take an official time check, and then we'll get started.
So then, yeah, I mean, it is hot. That's a significant amount of toast.
Yeah, I know. We got 8 half pieces of bread slathered in butter. Now I'm thinking that these pieces of bread are perfect for making like little mini breakfast sandwiches.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna come and ask you when you guys are ready. Are you guys starting right
Yeah,
now?
we're good.
Okay, let me get you the time.
It's almost perfectly for a new start here.
Here we go.
156.
All right, well, let's get eating, man.
So we're starting.
Hit the clacker. I'm starting. I think we've
I
Don't
think
know
they
what-
pretty
yeah.
much. I think they pretty much called it in. So we better take off.
Good.
I think they may have flipped their omelets though.
This does look like it's ground beef and not pork.
Yeah, they flipped their omelets.
All right, we're gonna switch. You want to switch breads too, or
Oh yeah, we got rye and you got
I got white.
yeah. You want to switch? I imagine you want to switch.
That doesn't make a difference to me, but
All right, there you go.
there we go. I think this is right.
All right, that was an interesting start.
Yeah, this one's full of pork.
All right, let's
So
go.
now there's a bit of a prima donna he needed to
Oh,
have
yeah.
his beef.
I
no
Adam,
pork.
I Adam Richmond my way in through this challenge. It makes sense because they put the ground beef on top, right?
I don't know.
Those little piece on top, so they're.
Oh yeah. So they actually know.
Oh well, things happen. This thing is hot. But it's delicious.
It's very good. Yeah, we did have some custom orders, so that's why. And I think I got his and he got mine, so that's why you had to do that little switcheroo.
It's a bit temperature hot.
Mine is fine. I mean, yours must have come out of the oven more recently, because yeah, this one's great. Warm. Feels like a good home meal.
Yes, that's great.
Gonna make some egg breakfast sandwiches.
This one is steaming. Cut it up, let it cool.
That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
Although, I should probably get to that bread. The bread is a little rubbery.
Thank you.
It's very salty. Lots of cheese on top of it.
Yeah.
I think the cheese was the perfect temperature for that nice stretch in it.
I enjoy the mushrooms.
Yeah. I like the olives. Mushrooms and olives.
Yeah.
Olives is not something you see in the omelet too much.
No.
But cheese. Melted cheese has to be one of the most photogenic foods out there.
I heard rumors that Molly Schuyler ate one of these omelets and one of the big stuffs at the
Really?
same time.
Well, if anybody could do it. What kind of cheese is on here? We have a mixture of cheese. I believe it's cheddar and Swiss. I think that was all there was. There might be something else.
Yeah, I think
There's a white cheese on here too.
Still a little hot for me to be shoveling.
Yeah, the hash browns are a little bit hot, but hash browns go down really easy though.
So we have opposite problem. My hash browns are cool.
Huh, weird.
My omelet's hot.
That was a hot bite. This competitive eating is serious business, guys. I mean, the risk of mouth injury, it's real.
Yeah, I burned myself a few times.
How many calories do I estimate is in this challenge? Ah, my gosh, I couldn't say.
6,000 maybe?
Yeah, if I had to take a stab at it, it would be around the 6,000 or 8,000 mark. But this is like a total greasy spoon diner, so you know that a lot of this stuff is just cooked and inundated in oil. So there's a lot of calories in there that you can't actually see.
Well, it's Paul Dean. Cooking with butter. The variation of toast is a nice element. I like that. So you can pick the kind of bread that you like.
Well, it is nice to have a challenge like this where it's a mix of different things instead of just one food that just goes on forever and ever and ever. I feel like I'm making a lot of noise with this. Smacking all over the place. I watched one of Matt Stoney's videos recently, and he mentioned that he found it really interesting how a lot of viewers who view his videos often get recommendations for ASMR, those like weird sound videos.
Yeah.
It's like Matt Stoney and ASMR.
Well,
It's an interesting combination. I guess a lot of the mukbang videos, like they really accentuate the smacking of the lips, and that's like a big thing in those videos, right?
I mean, it's an element. Definitely an element of eating is the noises that we make eating. As awful as that may sound.
I mean, it's a big taboo thing in Western culture, but
How dare you? How dare you chew with your mouth open?
I mean, it's like a sign of respect in Japan to like slurp and smack and all that kind of stuff. But of course, there's also the part that like people love to see things that are taboo, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that pepper was needed. Yeah. These hash browns were a little bland without them.
Now it's cooling down, it's actually tolerable. We haven't even been eating for 10 minutes, actually.
Well, I think it was good to kind of futz around for a couple of minutes before we officially started, so it could cool down a bit.
Yeah. I mean, if we didn't even take that time.
The healthy mukbanger. Yeah, they use a lot of butter and oil in restaurants. I feel like a lot of people that love that kind of restaurant food,
Yeah.
you just, they're just a little bit oblivious to it. Sometimes ignorance can be bliss.
Reese's Pieces. We don't call it Reese's Spoon for nothing. Is this your favorite type of meal after a race or a run? Eggs?
I think after a big race, this would be a good kind of meal.
Yeah.
It's like, most people think it would be, so for folks that don't know, me and this guy have run a couple of marathons, not together, but
No, not yet.
we've done that kind of stuff. I've done a couple of long distance triathlons. And a lot of people think that after one of those big races, you'd want to celebrate with like cake and ice cream and stuff.
Yeah.
But the thing is that during a lot of those races, you're eating, energy gels, really sugary foods the entire way through. And at the finish line, like most people are just sick of carbs and sugar, and they don't want to have any of that stuff. So a lot of times a good recovery meal is like, a big steak, something with a lot of protein and a lot of salt, especially salt. Like folks who have not run a marathon have no idea what salt cravings actually are.
Yeah.
So I feel like a big cheesy omelet is the perfect post-race meal. No, I think one of the best is that in leading up to a race, I'm always very strict with my diet.
Yeah.
And a couple of things that I always cut out are alcohol and coffee. And I don't ever drink much alcohol or coffee to begin with. But I remember at the end of the California International Marathon, I was going to meet my sister at a whiskey bar. That's really whiskey. Yeah, it was a whiskey bar. It's really famous in Sacramento. It's not really famous, but it's known for having just hundreds of varieties of whiskey. So I got to the finish line. I didn't have anything on me. I didn't have my wallet or my driver's license or anything like that. So I was kind of twiddling my thumbs for like 20 minutes waiting for my sister to show up with my driver's license. And immediately after she showed up, I ordered myself an Irish coffee because that is the only mixed drink that I really like. And it was nice and warm. It was the best post-race drink I could imagine. Because that was a cold marathon. I remember that one was really cold. Because even though it's in California, the CIM happens in December.
Oh.
So,
I've ran some cold races. You feel it.
I mean, sometimes it's like the cold saps your energy more than just running does. And I think the healthy mukbanger has a point. I should be eating these hash browns with ketchup. No ketchup on my eggs, please, but hash browns and ketchup is good.
You put ketchup on your ketchup. Back. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, it's a magical condiment, man.
Mm-hmm.
I did that just for you, man. Remember that. Fan service.
Hit my tongue pretty hard, so gotta be careful.
Hopefully we don't need a medic.
Injuries are real.
I'm at it for only 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta say, I think of the challenges that they offer here, this one is absolutely the easiest.
And possibly the most fun.
It is. It's very tasty. I feel like the big stuff was just kind of a garbage plate.
Yes.
Overly salted. I made the mistake of getting gravy on top.
Oh, it is a tough one.
Yeah, far over half of it. You know, I'm always curious to know, like, so you've been doing this for quite a while, 6, 7 years, something like that?
Well, I've been doing YouTube since 2012. But I've done food challenges since about 2009. Way too long.
Way too long.
Way too long.
Well, you got the good balance of being, like, healthy along with the super unhealthy.
Well, it's a good excuse to go visit places, for sure.
It is. It is. It's like, how did you get into it anyway? Like, what was the impetus to do your first food challenge?
Oh. Friends noticed I could eat a lot, so they took me to this restaurant in Orange County that had a 5-pound burrito. And I had realized I'd never eaten that much food before.
Interesting.
I thought I was gonna die afterwards. I never felt that full in my life.
You know, there's nothing like peer pressure to help you power through something like that.
I felt so miserable that night. I mean, your body definitely gets used to this, as odd as that is.
Oh, yeah. But for some reason, you just decided to keep it up?
Well, in some weird way, you feel a sense of accomplishment.
I guess that's true.
I mean, honestly, I get the same kind of questions about running. People always ask me, why do you do that? Like, you've already ran a marathon, why would you do it again?
Those finisher medals.
Yeah.
They'll motivate you.
The bling. It's all about the bling.
How did I get into eating challenges? Well, it is actually tied to the long distance triathlon. In that when I was training for Ironman Texas in 2013, I would eat like 4,000 or 5,000 calories a day just to, and even though I was eating so dang much, I still ended up losing like 10 pounds over the course of that year. So I was eating massive amounts of food.
Oh, it sounds massive.
It was pretty big. And you know, it was like healthy food too, so I wasn't eating, you know, just junk and compact calories. It was like giant salads and that kind of thing.
No Chips Ahoy.
Yeah, no Chips Ahoy for me. I was always I was a lot healthier back then. Like, I'm not a super unhealthy eating guy, except, you know, outside of these challenges. But back then I was very, very healthy about it.
Yeah.
But anyway, back then was, I always enjoyed watching the Adam Richman's Man vs. Food, and that really motivated me. Like, I always thought it would be kind of a hoot to go do that. So I was visiting Hawaii one year in 2014, and I knew that Adam Richman had done one of the food challenges down in Waikiki. You know, this one, the 24/7 cafe.
Daddy.
Mac Daddy, there we go. And oh man, that is 3 pancakes that are like, you know, just hubcap sized, and they're just piled with all these super decadent, super rich toppings. It crushed me. I think I only got through about half of it. But, you know, it was still more than most people have ever eaten in one sitting. So I decided to, you know, try it again. To see if I could, you know, actually finish a real food challenge. And it just kind of spiraled from there. I mean, I've always had a giant appetite, and wondered if I could, share it with the rest of you guys on YouTube. So I gotta thank Adam Richmond for getting me into this.
Oh, I'm blaming Adam.
I'm gonna blame Adam. I'll blame Adam.
I think a lot of people can blame Adam for why they got into competitive eating.
Would you like another refill soda?
It'll be great.
What are you drinking?
That is.
Diet Pepsi? Okay. And then
Thank you.
doing okay?
Yeah, I'm doing great. Thank you.
It never fails. The server will come and ask you a question when you got food in your mouth and drink in your mouth. I don't know, like 9 times out of 10, that always happens to me. Don't worry about it.
I think it's just because 90% of the time we have food in our mouth. Especially when we're continuously shoveling food in.
When I was trying to eat the giant cinnamon roll, this man came up to me, hey, you doing okay? And I had like a whole mouthful of cinnamon roll. I'm doing fine. Yeah. Doing great. Can't talk, breathe, and eat at the same time.
There's only one tube in here. I'd like to have more, but I can't.
Wow, you guys are doing awesome.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I feel like even though Adam Richmond wasn't the like biggest eater, like he probably made competitive eating and food challenges mainstream for
Yeah.
so many people.
I would definitely agree with that.
Yeah, and his story for like just the progression of his life through that period when he was doing that show and how he got healthier and thinner afterwards is pretty amazing.
Yeah, he was pretty heavy for a moment there.
How do I rate this meal out of 10? I don't know. I'd give it I'd say it's above average. So maybe like a 7.5 or so out of 10. That's pretty good. Nothing super special, like I said, this is a greasy spoon diner. It's a place to go when you're hungry, not when you're looking for gourmet food.
I have to agree with you. It probably is about a 7.5.
But it is good. It's good. The new guy on Man vs. Food, Casey Webb. I think he's pretty cool. A lot of people don't really like him quite as much as Adam, but he's really good.
Very different personality. He's more like, I find him more entertaining. And it looks like you were done.
Yeah. Casey Webb is definitely more of an entertainer, less of a food guy. Because I know, I believe Adam worked in restaurants for most of his life. I don't know what Casey's background is. Boom. What do you guys think? Is that done? Should I scrape this thing clean?
I don't think they're gonna make you stupid. Actually, Brad, they're very nice here.
And I got 2 minutes of recording time left on my camera, so that was
Thank
pretty
you
good
all.
timing. That's right, 20-ish minutes.
Not bad, yeah, you're right.
Am I full at all? Oh. Let's see. It's a little swollen. I think
Not
I
too
could.
bad. Not too bad.
Yeah, I could eat a little bit more. This wasn't any this morning, so this did go in. So,
With your 11-mile run,
leaves me nice and depleted.
that stuff helps. No, that for sure.
Well, unfortunately, I'm staying at a hotel that's local, and usually I try to go lift weights before something like this, because you can't, offset all of the calories just from cardio. But if you do lift weights, then hopefully some of that weight you're going to gain is going to go towards muscle, a little bit more towards muscle than a little towards fat. But I went into the fitness room, at my hotel, And usually you think these things are going to be pretty rinky-dink, not super great.
Right.
And this place just had like a treadmill, an elliptical, and one pulley machine. And it was even more rinky-dink than anything else I've ever seen. It was so pitiful. I just turned around and was like, nope, I'm going to do this myself. I'm not even going to bother. Thanks, Rachel. It was a great meal. And yeah, I got my little food baby.
I totally forgot about it down here.
I know, we're just like off in the corner of this restaurant. Man, maybe I should order a piece of cake or something.
Wait. 6-pound cinnamon roll.
No,
I'm kidding.
I don't know if they have any cinnamon rolls. They had none in the front display
No.
case, so I don't think they have any. I was planning on actually getting one to go, but... Pardon me.
Well, you can always ask.
It's true. If you guys ever do come to Stuffy's 2, then you should check out the cinnamon rolls. They're pretty epic. Stuffy's 2, the sequel.
Mm-hmm. In fact, I was just here a few days ago to try the 10-pound cinnamon roll.
Yeah, you want to let the live stream know how that went? You got 5 folks watching right now.
Oh, it was delicious, but there was just way too much cinnamon roll.
I've tried their 10-pound cinnamon roll a couple of times and tried it twice and failed it twice. It's too much, even for me.
You did really well with sweets, actually.
You know, that's what happens when you do a lot of cardio. Is my body always craves, you know, basically in a glycogen depleted state all the
Yeah.
time.
I think I'm gonna cross the finish line with this last bite.
Come on, you can do it. Come on, guys, cheer him on. You can do it, Nader.
I did it.
Awesome.
That was one of the best omelet challenges I've ever had. In terms of flavor,
Yeah, it's excellent flavor here. Nicely seasoned, perfectly seasoned. It's not like a lot of challenges where they're kind of cheese it and like,
yeah,
not cheese it as in put a lot of cheese in, but they'll cheese it by putting a bunch of salt on top, because salt is really probably the limiting factor in a lot of these challenges. So
Yes.
these guys like made a really great meal.
one of the most famous omelet challenges is the Broken Yolk Cafe. By contrast, there's nearly not as much vegetable. It's pretty much all chili cheese, mushroom.
They have chili on it.
Yes, chili cheese, mushroom, and onion. And there's an overwhelming amount of chili and mushroom.
Yeah, it's just, and if I remember right, it's a bean chili too. So it's just, oh
yeah,
my
it's a
gosh.
very
It's-
dense, heavy omelet. And monotonous. It gets very monotonous.
Oh my goodness.
And
Thank you.
far more home fries. Like this was a decent portion. I can see this being like someone's actual what they would eat, right? Whereas the portion Broken Yolk gives you is they're trying to test you.
Oh yeah.
They are trying to test your endurance for carbohydrates.
Like they said this was a 7-pound meal, but that didn't feel like a 7-pound meal.
I don't think so.
Yeah, that felt more like a decently large Thanksgiving meal. So,
Well, I mean, I don't know if there's a wait list. So they just said that. They probably just threw a number out at you.
probably. I mean, when I did the large stuff, I don't know about you, but there was no way that was 7 pounds.
No,
It
no.
felt more like it was 9 or 10 pounds.
that was far more. I felt awful walking around afterwards.
Their 10-pound cinnamon roll is also like 12 or 13 pounds.
Yeah, right.
I was a little surprised, but not complaining. I mean, delicious meal. I'd give them 2 thumbs up.
Yeah.
And an awesome challenge.
You definitely gotta bring your scale when you do that cinnamon roll next time.
I don't know, maybe. We'll see. I think I've had enough cinnamon rolls, honestly.
It's a brutal experience. Like, you know, after you've been through one of those, especially the way that cinnamon roll feels, and like, I'm questioning it. Of course, it'll be a long time before I'm back in this area to be able to do it again. It'll be, I don't even know, 3 months maybe.
Well, I noticed that there's a cinnamon roll contest down in SoCal.
You guys did it? Good
We did it.
job.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Awesome.
Absolutely delicious. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Well,
What
we did it.
size shirts do you guys wear?
Probably a medium now. No, I wear a small. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
You have extra large?
I think so. I'll look for you.
Awesome.
Yeah, this is like David and Goliath here.
Well,
I don't know who would win between us. I mean, we got about the same eating capacity.
It would be
Probably around
interesting.
10 pounds, yeah.
It would be fascinating to see us in a
contest. Although you did mention a second ago the cinnamon roll contest in SoCal. I did sign up for it. Molly Schuyler is the defending champion. I was the defending champion last year.
If Molly showed up, there's no one
She took the title.
Yeah.
But it pays down to like 5th place, which is cool. The owners there are really cool about everything. The owner's goal is to make his cinnamon roll contest into like the Nathans of the East Coast. That's what
that'd be
that's
cool.
what Nathans of the West Coast.
Yeah.
That's how he described it to me. And I mean, I was blunt with him. I said, you gotta pay money. You gotta pay prices. That's what gets the competitors out.
Yeah, you got to get the talent there.
You know, people are gonna come for money. It was a fun contest when it was just because when I won, I got like autographed football and a couple of things. I mean, it's cool. I mean, I love that stuff. But
That's super cool.
for people who make a living off competitive eating, that's not gonna cut it. You know,
Does anybody make a living off of it?
like there are a handful at the top.
I could see that.
The Molly Schuyler is the.
I think the competitive eating industry probably supports about 5 full-time
Yes,
speakers.
I mean Joey Chestnut, Matt Stoney. Well, Matt Stoney also through YouTube.
Yeah.
You know, but that's few and far between. You know, there's the vast majority don't. And I mean you're familiar with Raina, right? Raina
Yeah.
I mean she does a lot of things. Honestly, most of her stuff is outside what you'd call competitive eating.
Yeah.
Like, she does a lot of restaurant reviews, and that's kind of where YouTube and all the internet-based stuff.
Seems like she's big on social media.
That's where I still see Matt Stoney as mostly a competitor. Like most of his stuff is just food eating videos, but she does a lot of merchandise sales. She will work promotions with restaurants, do gift card giveaways. But no, I mean I do this for fun. I mean, YouTube is a fun thing.
We've got Rachel saying we should go head to head. Maybe one of these days. Maybe
Yeah.
I'll show up at that cinnamon roll eating contest.
Yeah, we live very far
I know.
apart.
We live about as far apart as you can get, with both of us being on the West Coast.
Yeah, for sure. I like coming up to Washington. It's
But yeah,
nice weather up here. I like the change in pace and weather for sure.
I think the biggest cinnamon roll challenge that I've ever completed is one time I did a half dozen Cinnabon cinnamon rolls. It wasn't a challenge; it was just something that I whipped together by myself. It was very good, but it was a lot of cinnamon roll.
You did that for YouTube, right?
Yeah, I did it for you.
Yeah, I could have swore
So-
you did that.
You can look up that that video online later if you want.
I saw your Dunkin' Donuts. That was impressive.
Oh, Dunkin'?
Not Dunkin',
No.
sorry, Crispy.
Krispy Kreme.
You had 3 dozen donuts.
Yeah, 3 dozen.
That's pretty amazing.
I mean, Krispy Kreme donuts are rinky-dink. They're so tiny.
But I remember.
If it was any other kind of donut, there would have been no way I could do 3 dozen in one sitting.
I remember before I got involved in competitive eating, whenever I'd hang out with some of my friends, they'd always Jeremy, we want to see you eat a dozen donuts. And we go to a donut shop, and you know your typical heavy donuts at a donut shop. It took me many tries to get a full dozen.
Oh yeah. I mean, like I've weighed out the Krispy Kreme donuts, and they're only 1.5 ounces each.
Yeah.
So a dozen donuts, that's just over a pound.
Yeah.
I don't even know why they're so popular. Well, maybe it's because they're so easy to eat.
Yeah.
So you can like mow through a dozen of them just in no time.
Well, it became the big deal on YouTube. You know, how fast can you eat a dozen Krispy Kremes? There's a few of these crazy people can do it under a minute.
Yeah.
I know a guy in San Diego. He's a physical trainer. He can do it. I mean, he doesn't do this stuff too often. I actually met him at the cinnamon contest, and he showed me the video on his Instagram. He ate 12 Krispy Kreme donuts in like 53 seconds.
Oh my gosh.
And I was like, that is absurd.
I
It's
mean,
like, Matt Stoney can do it a little faster, I think, but you're talking marginal. It's not like it's not like he would blow him out of the water or anything. Like, man, it's impressive.
I mean, I think that if I like went out of my way to be as fast as possible, I might be able to do something closer to a minute. But you guys, all my viewers know that like I go out of my way to be nice and neat.
Yeah.
Try not to make a big mess.
Yeah, it's...
0 stains on the shirt.
Oh, that's good. I can't remember where I was, but somebody pointed it out to me. I was wearing a hoodie at the time. They're like, I kind of, what is that? Is that food? It was like breadcrumbs. Yeah, see, so it's very common to end up with, you know, something on you. But
Like, yeah, like Adam Warren's videos.
yeah.
Or Rachel. I mean, both of them just, oh my gosh, they like pre-chew the food with their hands.
Yeah.
And just go, raw. Oh my God, what are you guys doing?
It's different styles, different strokes.
It's the reason why I'll never be like a really great competitive eater, is because I just can't be that messy.
That is
guys.
hard. It is hard to do that. I'm trying to think of. Oh yeah, years ago I was in a chicken nugget eating contest and I was wearing a white hoodie. People were looking at me like you got guts showing up here in a white hoodie. I didn't even think about that. Like, yeah, I guess.
I'm gonna see every drop of barbecue sauce.
Yeah.
I thank you, Rachel. I work on my table manners very much. All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in to the live stream. I think we're going to shut this thing down. Thanks, Natter. He put this
Yeah.
thing together. He invited me along. So
This was a fun one.
this was inspired by
It
him.
was a very fun day.
Yeah, I know. It's always fun to come down to Stuffy 2s.
Yeah.
Stuffies 2.
Stuffy too.
Stuffy 2. All right, guys. Until next time, peace out. Y'all take it easy.
Yeah, the fact that I'm able to drink as much as I am